Two there should be, no more, no less. One to embody the power, the other to crave it.
Good, Anakin, good. Do it.
Yes, Star Wars discussion here, and today we're going to be talking about Drew Capershine's The Old Republic's Darth Bane Path of Destruction. And before we get anything, I know they always say you should never judge a book by its cover, but golly, this book cover is fantastic. Sorry for the glare, the Mylar. One of my favorite book covers. It's got to be up there. Now, the Darth Bane trilogy. When we talk about books in Star Wars that you must read, we always say, if there's one book anybody should read, it should always be the Darth Plagueis, right? And if we're talking about a trilogy book, I think everybody should pick up and go out and read the Darth Bane trilogy. This thing is just absolutely thrilling. Drew does such a great job on this franchise in this time period. I keep saying it and saying it. It's just a fantastic time. The way he writes Darth Bane, even before Darth Bane as Daz, just being a minor, getting beat up by his father. It's a fantastic story of coming to age. I guess you could even say, yes, this is a coming to age. You get to see how the rule of two gets made. That'll be later on, but you get to see the foundation rocks of that, the building stones, the stepping stones of this rule of two. This thing is incredible. You get to see Daz's experience through the Empire, a leader of the Gloomwalkers, and you get to see where his characteristics come from. You can see a lot from there to throughout each book broken down. He goes through a lot of struggles, and I love the way Drew paints out perfectly what I envision. And I want to say this came out way before SWTOR did. So, yeah, I am pretty sure. Well, we're going to pause it right there. We'll come right back. (2006). So this came out a little after SWTOR. So we already visually have an idea of Korriban. And we get to go through the Valley of the Sith, and we get to experience it two different ways. So if you're somebody that's never played SWTOR, rest assured, you don't need to. Drew does a fantastic job in painting the scenario, the scenes, the Valley of the Sith, what it's like to be in the Valley of the Sith on Korriban, or to be on Korriban, period, right? I think he did a fantastic job with that. He did a fantastic job with setting up all the building blocks. And once again, I don't want to go into a whole lot of detail and expose everything for you guys, because I feel you guys should read it. I think I read this series 3 times now, and before it's all said and done, it might be a couple more times. I enjoy it that much. You get to see the building blocks of what goes on up there and Daz's head. Daz is Darth Bane before he gets the title of Darth Bane, the Sith name, of where he's brought up, getting beat by his dad, getting into fights in the mines, to the Republic not being so much good guys. They're painted, pretty much bad guys in my eyes. And Drew just did a fantastic job of setting up these blocks, and setting up the Brotherhood, right? We got from Daz's trainer to the leader of the Brotherhood, Khan, right? And it's fantastically set up to his rival, right? I think Drew realized, hey, this is an awesome point. Let's bring in a notable species to be his rival, right? This book is absolutely amazing. I can't recommend this enough. If you're in the EU universe, the Disney universe, or just all of it, you should, if you haven't read this book, if you've been putting it off because it's a 3-book series, quite frankly, when I got to the end of 3, and I know we'll talk about it when we get to that book, I wanted more. I still want more. If not Drew, somebody else. I want more. But like I said, we'll talk about that when we get there. But for an opener, yeah, Darth Bane, Path of Destruction. Drew Capersheen absolutely nailed it. This fantastic book, fantastic read. It's all round outstanding book. Now, for the downside, there is one little downside before I hype this up anymore. Starting off with Daz in the mining facility, to me at least, right? It was a little slow to the build up to where it goes. To me, I like to think of it as a ride at the amusement park, right? You're going up the roller coaster, but once you hit that top, it's an adrenaline filled ride right back down the other side through the rest of the park, right? And when that ride comes back around for you to get off, a lot of times I want to stay on and keep going up and down this ride. So yeah, this is where I'll leave it. Star Wars discussion. Oh yeah, and make sure you hit the thumbs up and the subscribe. Surely help out the channel. And remember, legends live forever. May the Force be with you, always.